We're back to the Wine Ladies at One Sip at a Time here today, and today's show is about this fantastic event that's going to be taking place in South Africa in August, the World Chefs Tour Against Hunger. And Georgia, you and I are thrilled that we're able to help and be part of this.
Absolutely.
We'd love to get to South Africa,
I was just going to say that. So if anybody has 2 extra tickets lying around, you know, we'll even go underneath in the baggage. No, I guess not.
Part of the cargo.
But it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, Connie, maybe we can start with you, and you can tell us a little bit more about the World Chefs Tour Against Hunger and why you decided to get involved with them. That was in 2003, I guess?
Yes. Well, the World Chefs Tour Against Hunger is a phenomenal effort by the South African Chefs Association. Chefs from around the world come together, and they use their skill and expertise to feed the children, to raise funds for feeding the children. And for us as chefs, we felt it was wonderful to be able to use our expertise in a way that helps charity, raising money, and in particular feeding, which is what we do, you know, in our profession.
Yeah.
I did go in 2003, and I was really happy because I had an opportunity to not just travel through competition or conventions, but to actually do something with a charity. And when we're there, we're showcasing Canadian cuisine. So we go into hotels and we put on buffets or specialty menus, and all the funds raised from these events go towards a charity. Right. We get involved in feeding stations. We go out to the community, into the villages, and we actually feed the children.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That must be powerful to be doing that.
It is. And for our country, we're very, very proud because we showcase Canada everywhere we go. We give out the Canadian flags, little flags, school supplies with Canadian emblems, baseball hats, things like that.
Mini hockey sticks?
Well, we haven't done hockey sticks. But we also bring auction items. Right. That represent Canada, and we give them to the various gala events so that we can showcase Canada at the gala events as well. And any funds that we're able to raise before we go as well, we also donated the funds on behalf of Canada.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So now how much, I think they raised, was it 500,000 Rand in the first year in 1993, and the goal is quite lofty for 2011.
Well, they've already raised 4 million Rand.
Really?
Which is how much in Canadian dollars,
wow.
approximately? Damien, do you know how to figure that out?
Divide by 7.
Okay, do that, please. Who's good in math here today?
So 4 million.
Be $600,000.
$600,000.
I'm
wow.
sure that this time around, because they've already raised the 4 million Rand, I'm sure they'll surpass $1 million Canadian dollars this time around.
That would be phenomenal. And isn't there a company, is it Bifest?
Bidfest.
Bidfest. They're also, I think, handing over quite a big chunk of
Well,
rand.
that's why they've already raised.
Okay.
Now, Georgia, we have a lot of money to raise on June the 2nd to match that. Do you think we're going to be able to do that?
I'm not sure. Everybody out there, we need your help.
Now, what we're going to ask, what is the reputation of Canadians there with the children? Do you know who the Canadian folks are? Like, what do they think of Canadians?
Oh, they love Canadians, and wherever we've traveled all over the world with the chef organization, whether competing or conventions or international events, Canadians are loved everywhere we go. And the hotels actually are very excited when they find out that a Canadian team is going to be representing their cuisine in their hotel, and it helps to boost sales for the showcasing of the World Chefs Tour.
Awesome. Well, I know we're thrilled to be a part of it, and we're really looking forward to our evening as well. And I have to say this, first of all, Damien, thank you so much for agreeing to be part of the event and being a silver sponsor. We really appreciate that. And I have to tell you that when Suzanne and I first started talking to folks that we were going to be doing this,
who's South African? Who can we talk to?
Right, exactly. Yeah, and Damien, your name came up a couple of times, and isn't this the truth? Every single person was, oh my goodness, you have to go to Damien. He is like the nicest person, the most generous. He's got the greatest store out there. He's got the best, freshest South African food, and you have not disappointed. So I just wanted to say that is your reputation out there, which is really powerful. And Connie, you also had something to say about Damien as well.
Yes. In 1990, I competed in Singapore, and I bought a buffalo loin from you, and I was able to get the best meat available, and I was so thrilled when I found out that you were involved with this, because over the years when I did compete domestically and internationally, I always went to your store for the best quality meats.
Oh, that's great to hear. I mean, we've been around a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and we just love to help and support different organizations, and it's something that evolves through time, and not only myself, but we have a great team at the
Yes.
store, and they all contribute, and that just adds to our success, and we're just glad to help wherever we can, and this fundraiser is just fantastic, so it's great to be a part of.
And that's florencemeats.com, is that right, for your website?
FlorenceMeats.com, correct.
FlorenceMeats.com. I know Georgia brought her turkey there for Easter, and it was delicious.
Oh, and
So-
veal chops, and my son even noticed, Mom, this is the best veal chop I've ever had. This is true. Where did you get? I was just over at Damien's at Florence Meat, so that's the truth too. So actually, maybe you can tell us a little bit about what is South African food? Like what are some authentic?
Yeah,
dishes?
Connie will be cooking Canadian food in South Africa, and we're going to be enjoying South African food at our Canadian fundraiser for South Africa.
Well, there are several, and I prepared a couple of different things for you today. Very traditional South African fare. Maybe one of the most common and very flavorful sausages that they prepare. It's called boerewors.
Okay.
Which
this
means
one here?
a farmer sausage, correct? It's this particular one is an all beef sausage, which again is also very unique and very hard to find an all beef sausage.
Is this
Okay.
made at your store?
It's made in our store.
Really?
This we make by the ton. It's unbelievable. We send this all over. We have several different outlets for it. It's a very mild sausage, but extremely flavorful. It's got some roasted coriander in it and a little bit of cloves, but just a hint to give you that flavor. And I think with this goat's durum wine,
Yes.
I think we can pair that up quite well.
Okay.
Are you a wine lover yourself?
I'm a wine lover.
There you go.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Meat and wine go hand in hand.
Okay.
There's no question. And people that are concerned about cholesterol and all that,
Yes.
glass of red wine will take care of all those issues. So
I like this man. Perfect.
Well, we should give that sausage a try. So,
go ahead. It's served with a chutney.
okay.
It's a South African chutney, which is also
wants some chutney
extremely well known. It's called Mrs. Ball's chutney. It's something that we sell. We sell a lot of South African grocery items as well.
Okay.
So this is one of the accompaniments that goes with this boerewors sausage. So
So what
Okay.
is it called? Boerewors?
boerewors.
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 Okay,
Boerewors.
well,
Which
so
is
that
a Dutch.
Dutch.
Is a Dutch and translates to farmer sausage.
Okay.
So
Very interesting.
Oh, that looks absolutely
How long does it
delicious.
take to make that? Is it complicated?
no,
is
it's
it time
not.
consuming?
Not
Thanks, Suzanne.
well, because we cut all our own meat, so right from the get go. So we keep control of what goes into the product, and that's number one. You have to have a product with good ingredients.
Yes.
So that's where it all starts, because it's really easy to sell something once, but to continue selling something and for it to start developing a name is, it's successful because of the quality of the product. So it speaks for itself. It's
Yeah. And 33 years, that's longevity.
34 years. This
Oh,
year.
34 years. Okay, I stand corrected.
34
All right,
years.
all
so-
right.
All right, Connie, you give that a try and tell us, being a chef. Now, Connie used to have a television show also on Sun TV where she was a judge. And so let's see what her judging would be on this sausage.
That's delicious. Very nice.
It's different.
It is.
How many calories in this?
Not many.
Not many.
No?
Not
Okay,
many.
we'll go with that.
Actually, I don't have nutritional values for it here, but
Right.
the fat content is quite low.
It's
Yeah.
low.
I was going to say it doesn't
It doesn't
feel
feel
fatty. You know,
fatty.
some
Yeah.
sausages when you put them in your mouth, you can just
Right.
feel
Or
the
gristly.
texture of that. Right,
And-
exactly.
And that's where the quality comes in.
Uh-huh.
It's you can't afford to put a lot of fat into this because it'll just burn your whole barbecue.
Oh, okay. We don't want that to happen. I love that. I think that's great.
It's very good.
Yeah. Now we do that. This one is a beef sausage. We do make it with chicken, and
Okay.
we make it in a thin version, like a breakfast sausage style. And it's just made in long coil. So you just coil it into the shape and barbecue it in one piece. And
That's
then
awesome.
you
Keeps
flip it and keeps all the juices in. And once it's done, then you cut it up into your portion sizes. So
Now I wanted to ask Connie, how do you select your chefs that will accompany you to the fundraising event in August? Like how does that work?
Well, in our case, they have to be a member of the Escoffier Society of Toronto because we're representing the Escoffier Society, and we're also a branch of the Canadian Culinary Federation. So we're pairing with chefs from the St. John's branch of the Canadian Culinary Federation. But as we select within our own group, we have a very strict criteria as to their responsibilities representing our country. Whether it's at the fundraisers here or the responsibilities when they actually get to South Africa. And they have to demonstrate commitment in the preparation to go, the willingness when we get there. They have to be they have to demonstrate to us that they do have a personal commitment. Plus, they have to be able to take 2 weeks off work. And
Yeah, you're not getting paid for
No,
this.
we're not
This
getting
is all
paid.
out of
Right.
your heart.
Right, so... And when we go there, we're actually working. So we have
Of
to make
course.
sure that the
You're
skills...
cooking!
the skill set of the individuals is there so that they're
Right.
able to withstand the pressure while we're there. So,
Wow. And how many people are going over? Their culinary team is how many?
well, we are 3 from Toronto and 4 from St. John's.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty big team, isn't it? Seven chefs?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, so I encourage everyone to go online and buy their tickets for June 2nd. It's an evening of South African Splendour, and it's happening at Touch de l'Afrique, which is a fabulous store in Oakville with this amazing African artifacts and decor. It's just a stunning place. We're going to have wonderful food and wine. We're even going to have a medicine man, I think. Is that the plan?
That's the plan. But
We're
we
looking
still
for a
haven't
medicine
found him.
man.
Yeah, I think we should put an
Damien,
ad
do you
on
know
Facebook.
anybody with your South African roots? Do you? Well, how about a feather headrest?
I'll source one out for you.
Could
No
you help
problem.
us out with
Absolutely.
that? Okay, you're on. We
That
could
would
use
be
the help.
awesome.
Georgia doesn't know any medicine men.
No, I know. What's wrong with me? I know. I've gone through my entire Rolodex. I looked under M. I looked under, I don't know. I just haven't been able to find him.
All right, we'll be right back in just a moment. Don't go away.